There is a certain situation where some of you suddenly forget how rules work, and it divides people, especially here in the studio where young producer Will claims this is acceptable. I don't know, man. He's telling us about this. I don't think this is right. But according to producer Will and those who have told him, yeah, you can go ahead and do it. Like, no. So we got to bring this to you, mixed family.
Who's breaking the rules?
Right, where do you stand on
the
this?
show?
Yeah, we'll bring it to you coming up next. You got to be kidding me.
Well, we love having you back. We know so many of you were off for spring break and the holidays, so welcome back. Time to get into a routine together. It's Elizabeth and Radar. It's 99.1 The Mix. All right, we live.
You just wait to hear what this guy's telling us.
Can he be trusted?
You're going to get all hot under the collar when you hear this.
I don't even know yet what this was.
Or a lot of people will agree with
Oh,
You think?
me. I think it's reasonable.
yeah?
I think
Okay, all right. Did you hear that? We'll see. Will. Ha!
Hello to the mixers that are joining us live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to bring it up on Instagram so I can see some of the
Thanks
comments.
to the Door Peninsula Winery help, we're able to do that. Different side of me. We're using the Monday numbers for the 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Both shows are up to date for today. Yes.
Excellent. Ooh, Instagram. We on. Morning mixers.
For 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
It's not showing. That's what I was wondering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I checked it in
All right, minute 45.
orbit.
So how was your Easter break?
That's what I just
Mixers.
checked mine. It says
You guys do anything? I had such FOMO watching so many of you on social media, all your cool vacations that y'all took. Looked incredible.
Oh, 01.
I was living vicariously
For-
through all of you
for
that were traveling.
2.
Didn't go anywhere
Sorry.
this year.
For
A little
what?
too busy.
I didn't do anything for 2.
For 9 o'clock. Which numbers did you use?
13, 14, 15, 16. Was
I was looking at 6 and 9.
oh,
So you're like, wait, 6 should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 should be 13, 14.
These guys are talking in code.
You got it. Was like, dude, what?
They're mansplaining.
No, we're not mansplaining. We're talking shop. It's like using
Yeah.
wrenches and sockets.
All right, 30 seconds. Then we're going to
Flour
go.
fertilizer.
We got Will's camera working and it cut out earlier. And so I felt like I didn't even want to breathe because it was going to all of a sudden, for some reason, disconnect. But I think we got it to stick. I think it's going to work here. Oh, we've got a Facebooker on. What's up, Facebook? Okay, 10 seconds.
Are parking lot stop signs optional? You got Elizabeth and Radar. Young producer Will kind of shared this with us.
Is an unsafe driver?
Yeah,
no,
I think so.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So we were talking recently and just off air, and we were talking about stop signs or traffic or something. And then Will says, well, it's kind of like those parking lot stop signs that you were told by, was it an uncle, a friend?
My uncle told me when I was growing up, he said, hey, these stop signs in these parking lots, like a mall parking lot, grocery store, whatever, if there's no one around, they're optional. You can just ignore them.
What's your
Oh, wait a
uncle's name?
Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack doesn't know Jack
He doesn't know Jack.
because there's no way you can just say it's optional. Why would they put them up
No,
if
okay,
they're
but
optional?
like if there's no cars around,
Uh-huh.
no pedestrians,
Let me ask
you're
you,
going like 5 miles an hour.
producer Will, if you go up to an intersection and there's a red light and there's no cars, no cop, no stop, is that what you're saying?
No. That's different. It's different because it's in a parking lot. If it's an intersection out on the road,
There's
yeah,
no
that's fine.
difference.
No,
But in
there's
a parking lot?
difference.
A parking lot, you have to, you can just, you pick and choose. Is there anybody
Mhm.
around? Roll
Yeah.
right through.
No,
Exactly.
This is your Uncle Jack trying to be funny and trying to see, will my nephew believe what I'm saying? Like, is my nephew gullible or not? So to this
I don't
day
think
now, do you
so.
still treat those like they're optional?
Yes.
If there's
Go ahead
nobody
and admit
around?
it.
Yes, if there's no one around and there's no cars, I'm going like 5 miles an hour. I'm not in traffic. I'm in a parking lot.
Uh-huh.
I can
Uh-huh.
blow right through those.
You can blow right through 'em. You're not
Mhm.
flying. You're
I'm
not,
not
doing.
flying. Like I said, 5 miles an hour tops because you're in a parking lot.
Yeah.
You're already going slow.
And you just drive right through it.
If there's no other cars around that I have to stop for,
Nancy's not
and
pushing her
no-
shopping cart
no
out.
pedestrians, no nothing, I'll go through them.
You just go right through.
I
it.
don't believe that they're optional. You have to stop. They're there for a reason. It's also, it keeps the flow of traffic from ever picking up too much speed because you have to stop at those things.
Well, you want to know where else I don't stop on the road?
Oh,
That's
great.
optional.
Oh,
Here's
boy.
what I do.
Here we go.
I'll tell you, I'm not getting a car
It's,
with you.
if you're going on the on ramp on the highway and they have the stoplights for like merging.
No.
You.
No, Will.
That's
It-
like
no.
going through a stop sign.
Will,
in a
you-
No,
residential
same
area.
thing. If there's no one else around and it's just my car, I'm going through the
You
stoplight.
can't do that, Will. The
This guy.
reason why they have that there is
This
because
guy.
they're trying to help with the flow of traffic. You just feel like it's a voluntary thing. Like if you
Okay.
feel like it,
I can't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure even blowing through it turns the light to green. Like,
Okay.
no, it doesn't.
Mixed
There's
family.
No way.
Mixed family, I just want to let you know, I did not want to hire Will. Elizabeth did.
Stop. I cannot believe you just blow through that on an on ramp.
if there's no other cars to like merge, go, this car, then this car, I go through it.
But aren't they doing that because they can sense
It's-
how many cars are
Right, it's-
on the freeway and they're trying to make sure that the flow of
It's called-
traffic.
What does that have to
called-
do with the on ramp though?
It's called
If
metering.
I'm the only one on the on ramp, I'm going to slow down to a stop and then speed up
Uh-huh.
to get on the highway.
Hi, it's the mix. Who's this?
Hi, this is Red. How you guys doing today?
Red, what's up?
Red, you gotta, give some sense to producer Will here.
He's
because
young.
I can't believe he thinks that all this stuff is optional.
Okay, all that stuff is not optional. However,
Oh.
I would agree with him on the parking lot thing only because you are in private property. And so they can't technically give you a ticket. If you're the only car around and there's nobody parked, I mean, what's the harm?
In the parking lot?
In a parking lot.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how Bayshore tried to have meters on their property. And then they were told, no, you can't have meters because you're a private mall.
So you're
we-
saying that
So-
like cops and things like that don't have jurisdiction
Menards and
necessarily
everything?
to
Yeah.
enforce it the same way they would on a public street?
Correct. I believe that's the thing. But if a cop calls, he might disagree. But when it's private property, it's the responsibility of the private property.
We
So-
have police officers that
Interesting.
listen in the mixed
Yeah.
family. So
Right.
give us a
Can-
call,
can I-
414-432-1099. Our stop signs in parking lots optional. That is what we're talking about this morning.
I've never known of a
Elizabeth and
stop
Radar.
sign to be optional. Now look,
Well,
as a motorcycle rider, they do say that you can like cruise up to a stop. You can cruise up to a stop if there's no other cars coming. You don't have to come to a complete stop on a motorcycle. You can just keep flowing through traffic. You've got to be safe and responsible.
Sure.
But that's just because the mechanics of how a motorcycle works. A car can come to a complete stop a
can
lot
do that with
easier
the
than a
car
bike.
too.
Listen to him.
Listen to this guy right
Listen,
away.
all right, we got a couple more calls we got to get to here.
Mhm.
I don't know that anyone's really going to side
With producer
officially
Will?
with producer Will. I know Red called to say that it's private property, so maybe different jurisdiction.
Mm.
But we would like to hear from someone that has some official wording on this. Are you a police officer? Do you do any kind of law enforcement work?
According to another mixer in the Siding Unlimited text line
Yeah.
regarding Red's comment, how can you get a ticket if you park in a handicap spot even though you're on private property? So you can get busted in the parking lot.
Also, somebody just sideswiped my sister in a parking lot over the weekend.
What?
They were in the car waiting to get the kids out, and this young girl who just got her license pulled in next to my sister, completely sideswiped her car. My mom got out of my sister's car, looked at this young girl who had braces on her teeth,
Crying.
like this young kid, and my mom said to her, "You just sideswiped my daughter's car." And this young girl said, "I did? I thought I might have gotten a little close." And my mom said, "How long have you been driving?" She's like, "A couple months."
Not long enough.
Not long enough. Well, you better believe there was a cop call made then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so she did get a ticket
right.
for that.
All right, so here we go. This morning, do you agree with producer Will? Stop signs in parking lots, are they optional? Can you just kind of roll through them as long as no one's around and there's no other cars around?
No.
Are you on his side?
Yes.
414-432-1099. Call now, and we want to talk to you. Tell us why you think yes or no.
Let's.
This guy over here, I tell you
Hi,
what.
the mix. Who's this?
The meter.
Who knows?
The meter lights going on the freeway.
what do you think?
This guy.
We got a
Well,
text that said
he grew up in
Wisconsin,
Illinois, so-
running a stop sign in a private parking lot
You
is
do.
generally
Okay.
not
Let
a
me put you on
citable
hold.
traffic
We'll get you on the
offense.
air.
which applies to public roadways.
You got somebody agreeing with it?
She agrees with me.
Wow.
Samantha, line 3.
Look at you.
Your Uncle Jack, I think, was just trying to say, "Hey, what can I get my nephew to believe?"
I think it's great.
Well, no, because when he told me that, we were in a parking lot and he was blowing through the stop signs.
So he was just like, don't worry about it, Will. It's Uncle Jack. He's
I love
fine.
it.
It's fine.
Samantha agrees with you. Okay. Tell Samantha we're about 2 minutes away. We got a
Yep.
mixed family. What do you think?
Hi, the mix. Who is this? Hi, Sean. Do you
Dana. Thanks for the comment
I'm putting it up.
on
I've always been
Facebook.
told they were
Really?
not
Okay.
enforceable by police in a parking lot.
Yeah, so that's what
But
Dana
if-
says.
Dana, but what if there's an
Yeah,
accident?
I agree.
This is true. Don't
Like-
know.
Is it
Again,
really a red light?
That woman hit Natalie's car.
It's not an actual.
Yeah, that's an accident, right?
My mom
Yeah,
couldn't believe it.
put
This
down
girl
hold
got
real
out of the
quick.
car, young girl,
Hold real
braces and
quick.
everything, and was like, "Oh, I thought I might have gotten close to the car."
Mm,
My mom was like, "She just totally sideswiped
just
it.
got
She
my
had two little
license."
kids in the car with her."
I tell the girls on the East softball team all the time. They're driving. I'm like, hey, careful now. Don't be blazing out of here.
I've got 2 callers. Both agree.
Now they can look. People can agree, but we want to know like who has some actual experience to back this. I mean, I always stop.
Yeah, especially if I'm
It's a stop
thinking like
sign.
in front of Kohl's because I never know or
Sendix has them.
yeah, I never know who's gonna come whipping out of the store because that's happened where people are in a hurry and they just bolt out of the store. So I'm like,
Yep.
Nobody. Okay, but if it's at the end of the parking lot, like where Menards is in West Dallas, or even in Waukesha when I went, if I don't see anybody, I might be with producer Will on this. Might be like,
Let me put you on
I
He's got a
also just get
point.
scared I'm gonna get a ticket.
He's
I don't
got a
wanna have
point.
hold.
ticket.
Well, she hung up, but there was another one.
oh,
All right, so which line are we gonna go to first?
3, Samantha.
Yeah, 3.
All right,
3. All right.
we're gonna go to Samantha next.
All right, we're gonna go. We got less than a minute. We've got a lot of texts. I can sift through some of these texts.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Hi, the mix. Who's this?
'Cause I love not stopping at a stop sign.
What do you think?
Laundry Shop Linda.
Right?
She Thrills is on right now, and we're trying to sing along with it.
Laundry Shop Linda called. She might have some in her parking lot where she has the laundry shop.
Oh, I bet you she does right over there. More than gold, more than stopping.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't blow through. I'm not going super fast, but you know.
20 seconds. All right, here we go.
We could do.
Mhm.
We could do 3.
I agree. All right, let me put you on hold real quick here. Let me-
Our stop signs in parking lots. There for, well, you to stop, or are they optional? You got Elizabeth and Radar and producer Will, who has brought this to our attention, that his Uncle Jack told him, yeah, those stop signs in those parking lots? You going through Menards, you going through Cops. You don't have to stop as long as there's nobody around.
Uncle was going through a stop sign in a parking lot was when he told you this, producer Will.
Yep.
Which is why I feel like
Big
he's
life
just
lesson.
like, he's just trying to tell his nephew, like, it's fine. Uncle Jack doesn't do it. You don't need to do it.
And so we asked you at 414-432-1099, do you agree with producer Will? Samantha, what is your take?
I do. I agree with him.
Wait, you agree because you do this?
Yes.
There we go.
If there's no one around, this is going to sound horrible. What is the point of stopping if you see, let's say it's 10 o'clock at night and there's no one there? Why? Why?
It's a matter of
Really not
public
gonna hit anybody.
safety. Think about it. So are you telling me if you didn't get caught for any crime, you would just do it?
You just do it because
there's no one around to see it?
Well, I mean, it talks about how extreme are we going here?
But that's my point. These
this
laws
is a
exist for a reason.
Victimless crime.
So far, what if Donna is running out of Sephora at the Kohl's parking
That's what
lot
you have to be careful.
try to run to her
Then
car
I'll-
in a hurry
I'll
and, and
stop.
has a little kid?
I'll stop because
Yeah,
I'm going
I
5
still
miles an
slow
hour.
down, and I still slow down and check my surroundings and everything like that. But a
like
lot
producer
of
Will said.
people, yeah, just slow down and obviously be aware of your surroundings. But I don't make a complete stop.
According to Samantha, if you're not going to get caught for any kind of crime, you can just do whatever
You
you,
just
want.
do it. Samantha, thank you so much for the call.
Samantha, I tease you. Okay,
Yeah.
so here on the Siding Unlimited text line, we've
What
got
do we got?
people blowing up this text line saying that the reason why they can enforce handicap parking laws is because there's a state statute allowing them. So that's why you can't all of a
Oh.
sudden just park in a handicap spot because nobody's there that needs the handicap spot.
Got you.
But they're also saying, though, here's someone that said, I used to work for parking enforcement on private property. You cannot enforce anything unless the property owner calls in the violation. So if the property owner
Oh.
does not report the violation, then perhaps you want to get a ticket. So unless you have like the owner of that building where the Kohl's store is that says, yes, this young man blew through this stop sign, I want to issue him a ticket.
Yeah.
It sounds like they wouldn't enforce it.
We also have another text on the Siding Unlimited text line. Didn't Elizabeth just get a ticket for rolling a stop sign?
Correct.
Oh,
I did.
And now you're going the opposite
Here
way?
in Hales Corners.
Ah, got you.
No, I'm the
got
one
you.
that says you do need to come to the stop.
You
I
did,
was
okay.
I was saying on a motorcycle, when you're on a motorcycle, there's different rules when
There's
it comes
different
to
rules.
coming to a stop sign
There's
or
different.
not.
Wait, there's different rules on a motorcycle?
Yeah, that's what. Did you hear me say that earlier? You must have missed that.
No.
Yeah. So on a motorcycle, when you get your motorcycle
No,
license,
I'm saying what is this?
yeah.
So, you can
So
do
what?
this?
So because of what it takes for a motorcycle to come to a complete stop, to then start it back up and keep moving forward. If you get to an intersection and it's a 4-way stop and there aren't other cars, you can roll through that. Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's true. What if you have a stick shift car and you don't like a motorcycle? You shift.
That's a good question.
Can you roll through a stop sign there? I should just tell the police officer when
Maybe
I
you
get pulled
can.
over. Well, I used to ride a motorcycle, so I'm just used to that.
But you're
Get me out
not
of the ticket.
in a motorcycle.
Doesn't matter. I'm used to it.
But-
I
But you're
think
not
that
actually
there's-
in a
I
motorcycle.
don't think there should be separate rules. I think a stop sign's a stop sign's a stop sign.
But I think it's because of the safety of motorcycles. Because if you come to a complete stop, you run the risk of of killing the bike. If you kill the bike, and I've done that, that could cause an accident
Stick
too.
shift car.
Because now it's completely stopped.
What about a stick shift car?
I never drove one. Don't know.
So I mean, because you could do that if you don't hit the clutch right. Oh, I just
The
killed
whole
it.
thing just
Yeah.
dies on you.
Tom on line number 5. We'll go to you really quick. Tom is a
Tom, are you a
retired.
cop?
He's a retired cop. It says here.
Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom. What do you think about this? Are those stop signs in parking lots optional?
Yes, they are. It's just a suggestion in Milwaukee, anyways. If it's on private property, it's not an official sign, so they can't give you a ticket. But other municipalities may be different.
Okay, so you got to be careful of where you
Really?
are. So you
Yep.
can roll through those stop signs in Milwaukee, like you know that from experience, but other municipalities could be a little bit different. But so you're kind of on producer Will's side here. Yeah, those
Producer
are-
Will. People are
Yep.
saying that we need to
at
call your
that.
Uncle Jack.
Tom, thank you
Just
so much.
call your Uncle Jack and get him on the show and see like what he was talking about. But it sounds like he was right. Now we also
Wow.
have
Mhm.
we have friend of the show, Alexa. Alexa is a police officer in West Allis.
Oh,
And Alexa's saying this conversation is making her laugh this morning.
really?
But it sounds like what she's saying, kind of like what Tom just said, that they cannot just pull someone over in a parking lot that go through a stop sign.
look at that.
Will feels
So-
so
He validated
vindicated
big
right
time.
now. He's like, I told you guys.
Look at me. Oh man.
Still
Well, there
not
you
getting in
go.
a car with producer Will anytime soon. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
This is so funny. They're saying, can you call your Uncle Jack?
I don't think he'll pick up.
Uncle Jack doesn't know Jack.
Uncle Jack's afraid now because he's like, oh my gosh, my name's been put up.
Well, I was a bit nervous at first because he was like, "Oh yeah, so there's some police officers that watch the show," but now
They're
I
saying
know
that
this.
it
Yeah.
really boils down to because it's private property.
What?
guess I'm right.
If the owners want to call it in that own the property, they could. The more you know. Now, do we just like tell everybody we gave them permission to drive recklessly? How about Samantha? I'm like, so Samantha, if you could just get away with any crime, what would you do, Samantha? What would you do? Good conversation. All right, everybody. We are in a quick commercial break, so we are going to take a quick little break.
Thank you for the spirited convo.
Yeah, that
Good
was a good
stuff.
one.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Yeah, get out of
Wait,
here.
here's a message on Instagram from Danny Miller. You should always at least totally pause when you come to the stop sign. Oh, that's from the movie Clueless.
Funny.
I still feel like I would
Okay.
stop. Again, I was the one that did get the ticket at the intersection up the road here at the radio station.
I think it depends.
That wasn't private property. That was
For me, it depends on where that stop sign is. So if it's like on the south end or east end of the parking lot and there's just cars, fine. But if I'm like right next to the store and people are walking out, I might stop. But now I'm thinking like the other ones, those might be.
Will's just cruising along.
Let's see. Nobody. Bam.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Look at that.
All right, friends, we'll be back next hour.
Did he?
So you think your uncle, if you were to call him,